Initiating moisture.
I absolutely love Keanu Reeves. I absolutely cannot believe how fucking awful Keanu Reeves' new movie is. It's called Replicas, and it's a stinker and a half. We already have a contender for the worst movie of 2019. This shit is some dog shit, but it's an enjoyable pile of dog shit. Welcome to the Moist Meter. Let's look at this bitch. I'm gonna get into spoilers because I don't think there's a single human being out there that just fucking signed off the internet to avoid potential spoilers. No one's really going into this wanting to be like shocked out of their asshole with some crazy developments or anything like that. So I would need to talk about spoilers to express how goofy and fun this movie is. The story revolves around a mad scientist played by Keanu Reeves. He's experimenting with transferring consciousness from dead people to robotics, giving them a second life. Unfortunately, his family dies in a car accident, and then he brings them back by taking their consciousness and transferring it into some clones that he grows in his garage. That's the premise, and then he ends up getting hunted by his company and shit. And it's absolutely wild. They throw around some really pseudoscience-y shit in the beginning. For instance, they have really low budget props. So he basically puts on some type of out-of-the-box Toys R Us toy on his head. He swipes his hand across it, and then he's doing all of these wild calculations. He holds a Rubik's Cube in the digital verse, the cyberspace, and he's like, Ed, synthesize me. And Ed's like, photosynthesis confirmed. Engaging ultra mode. Ultra mode confirmed? Ultra mode confirmed, Ed. Like, that's the level of dialogue you get between the characters here. They do throw around actual science terms and biological terms and shit, such as neurons. They get that one right sometimes. But overall, the dialogue is just so fucking wacky. I can't express how great it is. It is probably the worst dialogue I've heard in a movie. Honestly, it's up there. The acting is abominable. Even Keanu doesn't do a good job with his character. Middleditch almost does a decent job with his character, but everyone is bad, especially the wife. The wife is like a right out of 2007 YouTube era skit. There is no effort at all from the wife. I'm not sure who plays the wife. I didn't even look it up. But it must be someone from Fiverr. There was nothing. It was not an inspired performance at all. You know, she gets brought back from the dead and her reaction is, I'm going upstairs. When she finds out that she was reanimated because it was supposed to be a secret, and then he tells her, her reaction is, I'm going upstairs. And I may be disappointed about this, but you'll never know because I'm not really giving any emotion to anything in this movie. It's fucking wild. Absolutely fucking wild. And for some reason, every single time she talks, she ends every word with a period. She sounds like a robot throughout the entire movie, even though she wasn't supposed to be. For instance, she'll be like, hello, William. Good morning, William. Shit this morning. It's just such a jarring performance. I don't know what the fuck she was going for there, channeling her inner android from the 1970s style movies. I truly don't understand it. And then also for some reason, the CGI gets really shitty. I don't even know why they bothered with CGI. They have like this really awful CGI robot at the end of the movie that goes on like this action figure type tirade, like with movements. I'm saying like the character moves like a fucking action figure would, like really stiff and like frame by frame. It's almost as if it was a flip book that they somehow transposed onto the movie. The CGI is awful. I wish that was never even there, but I'm glad it was because that shit made me giggle quite hard. Unfortunately, this movie had a good concept. I like from a conceptual level where his family is replicas. They don't know it, and it's about, bringing his family back and playing God, toying with memories and shit. I like that from a conceptual standpoint, but it's executed so poorly, so laughably bad. It's amazing. The amount of plot holes you could poke into this bitch is crazy. There's also a lot of plot points that come out of nowhere, like when his company becomes evil. They were evil because they wanted to transfer the mind of an elite pilot into every drone, so they needed his research on transferring consciousness to synthetics to make that a reality. He even gives the example of, imagine a virus that has the mind of the hacker in it. Like, that's inefficient. It seems like you don't understand technology. The best pilot in the world would be worse than one of the worst drones in the world. That's kind of the idea of the technology. Technology can go way above humans. So why would you want to take it back by putting a pilot's mind in there? And then all of a sudden you got your drone thinking about porn and titties and shit while it's flying around. Or the virus. Why would you want the mind of an incel hacker embedded in your virus where it gets distracted with cryptocurrency investments or something and it just stops doing its job? I don't understand why that seemed like a good idea from a plot standpoint, but again, I'm glad it was there because it really is an enjoyably awful movie. And it is an awful movie, make no mistake. And I'm really sad that it is because, like I said, I love Keanu, and I do think from a conceptual standpoint this movie had a good idea. But man, nothing in this movie worked. Not a single goddamn thing. So let's plug this shit into the moist meter. I'm giving Replicas a 10%. And it hurts me to say that because I am such a huge fan of Keanu. If you're watching Keanu, it is nothing personal. I fucking love you, man. I really do. But shit, like at some point in the development of this movie, someone had to be like, wow, guys, what the fuck are we doing? We're Frankenstein and this is our monster. Fuck it, get it out there anyway. Like, this is bad. It's bad. Objectively not good. But yeah, it's probably worth seeing for like a so bad it's good type movie. That's it. See ya.